There was a school we attended within a community that had limitations on sex education. And this is a growing subject where schools must obtain family consent before teaching any material related to health and body education, often defaulting to an abstinence-only approach. And why does this impact digital literacy educators? Those familiar with our workshops know that we discuss topics like scammers, hackers, and exploiters. One of the most common types of predators that students report to us that they are experiencing are individuals on the internet asking them for naked, nude images. Additionally, there are cases where intimate private pictures shared between teens in a dating relationship get leaked or shared among others. These are clearly issues that need to be addressed. At the school we presented at, because discussions around nude images were too closely related to sex education, we were not allowed to talk about it and were asked to remove those topics from our workshops. And this meant we could not address some of the most prevalent, harmful forms of exploitation, nor could we discuss how to avoid, prevent, or resolve situations where a student might find themselves in such a predicament. We do run programs focused on more tech hardware and software safety. The issues of online social safety is a far greater concern today than coding hackers. Talk about unintended consequences. It's hard to believe that those who enacted these bans would intend to somehow prevent discussions about protecting students from online predators. Hey kids, someone on the internet might ask you for naked nude pictures. Don't send them and seek help from an adult in your family right away. Nope, can't talk about that. So where does that leave us? Well, we see two options. Number one is we could remove the very important information, which we don't want to do, and the other is to find a creative solution in addressing these topics without explicitly mentioning it and leaving it up to inference. So, we can address online social safety by reducing the most prevalent and harmful types of exploitation to generic explanations, leaving it up to participants to fill in the blanks. For example, if there is something on your phone you want no one else to see, or if someone's asking you for pictures that you don't want anyone else to see. While yes, nude images could fall within these categories, so could embarrassing or awkward photos and pictures of a bad hair day. However, the major concern is that some students might not explicitly connect with generic safety messages and the most prevalent and harmful forms of exploitation unless they are guided through explicitly. Full nude, nearly nude, and even underwear photos and AI-generated nudes each require a different level of care that generic safety messages often overlook. Depending on a regional law where a teen might live, a nude selfie might be classified as a felony in the first place, while others might not. These nuanced social challenges require comprehensive workshopping. Having a good password and running antivirus programs might help prevent the majority of hacking attempts, but navigating uncomfortable online social interactions, recognizing power imbalances, dealing with peer pressure, and identifying manipulation or grooming before it's too late, much more challenging. This message is not about whether sex education should be taught in schools or not. I know some people believe it should not, and that schools should focus solely on teaching hard math-based science. However, there's always some level of safety education in schools, like looking both ways before crossing the street, vocalizing personal boundaries, washing hands, and knowing what to do during a fire, earthquake, or even a school lockdown. I mean, those are important things to talk about, are they not? Fire, earthquake, flood, and tornado safety each have different protocols. Following a generic safety plan and advice for each can lead to some dangerous situations, since there are always unique differences in how to handle a fire is not the same as dealing with an earthquake. It's hard to believe. Those topics shouldn't be discussed in schools, but yet the idea of something might involve a nude picture means it can't be addressed is concerning. The limitations placed on health education is impacting online safety education in schools, reflect a broader challenge in addressing the nuanced realities of online life. While the intent might be to protect students and families from uncomfortable topics, the unintended consequences often leave them vulnerable to exploitation and misinformation. Effective education, yes, must strike a balance between sensitivity and openness, ensuring that students receive necessary information to navigate their digital environment safely. By fostering an environment where vital discussions can occur, educators can empower students to recognize and address potential dangers, thereby equipping them with the skills to protect themselves from online predators. Ultimately, a comprehensive approach to safety education is essential, and it acknowledges that the complexity of social interactions provide students with tools that they need to thrive in an increasingly digital world. Let us know your thoughts down below, and stay connected with us here in the White Hatter as we cover everything digital literacy, online safety, and privacy.